Welcome to my video about Maui Reef Adventures. Today we went on a boat excursion out to Molokini, out in Maui, to go see the fish swimming around Molokini. What we did is we took a company. The company's name was Maui Reef Adventures. They're a really small company, and we drove out to the location they asked us to go at the pier to go out to the boat. And when we got out to the pier, what we found was they had a little yellow raft boat, and they had two captains on board named Megan and Brad. When we first got to the pier, we thought to ourselves, wow, this little yellow raft boat. When we were looking around the dock, we saw there was a lot of big boats docked in the same place. We thought to ourselves, wow, I wonder if we want to be on the little boat or the big boat. What we found out was, if you go on the little boat, there's about 10 happy people with the two crew that we had on board for an intimate, educational, fun time we had by everyone on the boat. We looked at the people on the other boat, and there was a ton of people, about 150 people jammed onto those boats to go out to the same place in a very unintimate, crammed setting, like a bunch of sardines. No pun intended. When we got out to Molokini, the first thing that we realized when we got out there was that here we are on the small little boat. The first thing we saw was a pod of dolphins swimming by our boat. When we showed up at Molokini, we were on our little boat, and we pulled in and we swam for about 45 minutes with the fish. After we get done with that, because our little boat was allowed to go to the other side, we went around to the 450-foot drop-off and we swam with more fish. All the people on the big boat got to swim with 1,000 other people from the 10 big boats in the Molokini Bay with the same little fishes. They didn't get to experience the big drop-off we got to do on the other side by going with Maui Reef Adventures. When we got out there, what did we see? We saw bluefish. We saw yellowfish. We saw blackfish with stripes. We saw purple fish. We saw color-striped fish. We saw big fish. We saw small fish. And we saw even more fish. After we got done with our time out in Molokini, Megan took the boat from Molokini down the coast and let us all jump into the water and swim with live sea turtles. While we were swimming with the live sea turtles, they fed us lunch, they gave us beverages, and while they were doing it, they showed us that if you have a little bit of bread or something in your hand, the birds would come eat out of your hand. So we got to experience all that too. Now, the moral of my video has two parts. The first part of the story is, choose Maui Reef Adventures for the best intimate experience. It was great going out there. Megan and Brad were awesome. It was a fun time, and with the little boat, it was a much more personal experience than all the people that were crammed on the big boats. Part two, don't be a Jim and forget your underwater camera, or you too will be sharing your awesome trip through stick figures and papers. The end.